Welcome to the Marc The Shark MMA Show. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my Twitch channel. And if you can, check out the website as well if you want to be interviewed on a show or even help support the channel by buying a hoodie or a t-shirt. It's at www.markthesharkmmashow.com. You can even go there if you want to sign up and be on the show. And if you can't, go to RitortoFamilyBooks.com and pick up an autographed copy of my book, The Kabbalah Saga Begins, or check out the books my daughter have written. They're also available on Amazon.com. All right, everybody, sit back and enjoy the show. Marc The Shark MMA Show. Everybody, welcome to the live Marc The Shark MMA Show. And today we got a very special guest, Hunter Myers. How you doing today?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Good. Just getting over the snowstorm we had this week.
Oh, it was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, what state are you in?
Michigan.
Oh. So you probably got more than me. We got like 2 feet over here.
We got a lot of snow, that's for sure. Well, certainly.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So did you get? So I know you just got off work.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you taking time out to be on the show. So let's find out a little bit more about you. You know, let the audience know who you are, because this is, the purpose of the show is to promote MMA fighters and give them a chance to promote themselves.
Right. I'm Hunter Myers. I have been an active mixed martial artist for almost 2 years now. It was a road I decided to take, wrestling. That started all of it. Started with wrestling. My dad fought. I got a whole line of fighters and wrestlers in my family, so it was the torch kind of got passed down to me, you know what I mean?
Wow. So you said your father fought? He did MMA, or he did like boxing or something?
Yep, my dad fought mixed martial arts. Yep, and he fought. Had a few cage fights and won them all, but he got old too fast. So.
Yeah. Father time catches up to you. His generation. He's probably like how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
22.
All right, so he's probably a few years older than me. So, like back in that day, like they didn't have it. By the time you got into it, he was probably like in his late 20s and 30s, and then by the time you got in there, his body was shot. So
yeah, his last fight he had was in 2012.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but then again, my dad's very young. He had me at a very young age.
Okay.
My dad's 40 right now.
He's a he definitely had you young, dude. I got like a decade on him.
Yeah, he was like 15 when he had me. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a young buck. I can still probably spar with him if I wanted to, but
Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He
loves it. He's a business owner. He's one of my sponsors and shit.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yep.
That's cool. So you say he owns his own business?
Yep.
Okay. Now, is your career path to be like sticking with the MMA, or are you just doing this just to keep busy and then take over his business, or what's the game plan?
No, my game plan is pretty much MMA. I mean, it's just a dream that like I said, it was a journey I started at a very young age. So I did lots of leading up to this point. This is what I want to do. I love it. I like to fight for all the right reasons, not just to call myself a fighter. I love the sport. I hope to perfect the sport, which is impossible. No one will ever perfect the sport of mixed martial arts. And I think that's what I love most about it.
Oh, good. That's great, man. Now, do you follow all MMA events, or you just stick with the UFC, or you follow like a particular organization, or?
No, I ain't picky. I mean, obviously UFC is a big one here, but XFC, they just come from Brazil and they're doing tryouts all over the US, and one of their first stops was Brighton, Michigan, which I got to attend. That was
really? Okay.
Yeah, It was one of the coolest things I ever did in my whole entire life. I mean, Michelle Pereira was there. I mean, it's James David Gray. It was his gym, Scorpion Fighting System out of Brighton. Dan Severn, Josh
Oh yeah.
Parisi, all of them. It was the coolest thing that I had ever attended for sure.
Okay. Now, did you tend to try out, or did you just tend to watch an event or
No,
something?
I attended the tryouts. Yep. There
Okay.
was
How'd you do?
I actually did very well. Was one of the youngest there, most definitely. I had like a jiu-jitsu match, and I ended up winning that. That was one of the craziest things. That guy, he put me in 2 or 3 different submissions, and I fought out of them, and ended up getting it with the last few seconds left. But yeah, I mean, did a bunch of pad work. Uh, just a, I did good, but I didn't get the contract, sadly. But that's all right. They
Now,
got
what
me.
was the audition for? To be on a show like The Ultimate Fighter, or to be on like a fight league team, or like what was the audition for?
It was make to make the XFC tryouts. They were broadcast on NBC Sports. They just signed with NBC Sports, and they just are coming from Brazil. You know, it's the new organization, and it's like how Bellator does their brackets. You know, so it's something.
Oh, okay, tournament style.
Yeah, yep, tournament style.
Yeah, I actually I mostly follow the UFC and Bellator. It's hard to keep
I actually
track of everything, but like when I was younger, before I had kids, I used to like whatever. Back then, they didn't have like easy access, but whatever
right.
we got, like the World Fighting Championships, which is like I think they only had one or two. Renzo Gracie won that, I think, the first time. Extreme Fighting Championships was another one. I forget the guy's name, John something. I forget the guy's name, John something. He eventually became a training coach for Tito Ortiz.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I just can't think of the guy's name. He was a jiu-jitsu guy, but not like a Gracie guy. John. I just can't. The name escapes me. But yeah, that's what I used to watch. I used to watch all that. But lately, it's just mostly Bellator and the UFC. That's
Yeah,
good. Now.
I got to meet Rome Lindsay. He was a current Bellator fighter here not long ago. He was at the XFC tryouts, and he was one of the coolest dudes I ever met. Man, he come all the way from Kentucky. I got a picture with him. You know, it was awesome. It was awesome. It's nice to see some bigger names. You know, the guys that have been there and been on the big show, and just getting recognition like that. Being a young buck, you know, and recognition is a lot. You know,
Yeah.
I love the support.
Now, did you meet Dan Severn while you were there? Because you
Yes,
mentioned his
I
name.
did.
Did you get a picture with him?
No, I did not.
Ah,
He ended up leaving by the time I was done with the tryouts. I didn't get to.
that's a shame. Yeah, I've had Sam Alvey on the show, but prior to me having the show, I've met like Ricky Rodriguez,
Yep.
former UFC champion. I met him at a tournament that I was competing in, a jiu-jitsu tournament, about a decade ago. I
Nice.
met him, and then I met there was this other Brazilian guy. I just don't know his name, Rafael something. He was in the UFC for a while. He was from Renzo Gracie school. Because he was
Gotcha.
at the Nogi Pan Ams. I've met him. I've met Hager Gracie, who did MMA.
Yep.
I went to a seminar of his. I met Matt Serra after he got knocked out. He fought in Jersey and he got knocked out. I think it was Shawnee Carter that knocked him out. And I met Frank Mir after he beat Tank Abbott. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool when you and I met Renzo Gracie a few times. Yeah, it's pretty cool when you meet the real fighters that actually fight. You know?
Yep.
They're like average people.
Yeah, they are too, and it's something different. You're just not used to it. You know, you just something. It's an accomplishment.
I met Ben Henderson too at a jiu-jitsu tournament too. The former UFC lightweight champion.
Dan Henderson.
He's actually a lot bigger than I thought. Ben Henderson.
Oh, Ben Henderson. Gotcha.
Yeah, not Dan. Ben, the guy from Hawaii. who
Yeah.
went over to Bellator and he got
Yeah.
knocked out by Michael Chandler a year ago. Yeah, I met him. He's a lot bigger than I thought he was. I figured, and he was sitting down when I met him. So I think he fights. That was 155. He's got to walk around like 190 because I think
That's
for the
what
tournament I was 190.
Them pros, they cut weight.
Yeah,
Them pro professionals cut weight hard.
yeah, and he's solid muscle, man. There's not an ounce of fat on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So getting back to you, so how many fights have you had so far?
None.
Because you're just starting out and the
No,
COVID hit.
I've had 5 backouts in the past year.
Were they COVID related or?
I've traveled. I've tried bumping heavyweight. I've cut in 6 days. I cut 22 pounds in 6 days to make 205 to travel all the way to the Dream Makers Theater in Kuwait and Casino just for that guy after weigh-ins to not show up.
That's
I've
how much you weigh? How much you normally weigh? You cutting down to 205. You don't look heavy.
No,
Maybe it's the
I sit
camera.
around about 220. I sit around about 220.
It's probably because of the camera. You don't seem that big, which is weird. Usually they say camera adds weight.
I wrestled 285 my whole life. I every single year of high school I had to cut to make 285. I'd get up football season about 320, 330. Then I'd cut all the way to 285 from freshman year all the way to senior year.
Holy shit, dude! You're big. You're a big boy, man.
Yeah, always. But
holy shit! What do you like? You gotta be tall too. What do you like? 6'6" or something? 6'4"?
6 foot even.
6 foot even?
Yeah.
At I'm like 5'10", bro. I'm like 210 now. 285 is huge.
Yeah, I was a big boy. Yeah.
Holy shit, yeah, man. My younger days, I used to roll around with 300-pound guys, so it's not fun. I used to beat them too.
That's what I like about, because I try coaching as much as possible. Obviously, COVID's taken a toll on this year, but all the years before that, I was never the one really to use my weight to my advantage. I'd always try picking angles and being smart and not just being the big guy who's gonna lay on you and beat everyone up.
Yeah, wow. Is your father big like you? Do you take after your father?
Oh yeah, my dad he's a little smaller than me, but he's ripped. He's in some of the best shape. I've never seen someone like he's just an ox. He's an ox of a human, an absolute tank.
And you got a brother too, or no?
Yeah, I do have a half brother. It's my mom's son.
Is is he big like you?
Nope. No, he's actually.
I was gonna say because that could be your training partner, right? I know a guy. He's big. He's like 6'6", 240, and he's the small one in his family. He's got brothers that are 7 feet tall, and there's I think he has 3 or 4 of them, and they all wrestle. And he said he pretty much, and I forget how big his father was. He's his house was totaled. There would be holes in every single part of the house from them wrestling each other, putting their heads through the walls and everything.
Oh yeah. Brother, he wasn't big, but we definitely beat up on each other. That's for sure.
All right, that's good. But you gotta keep him in line.
He ended up being a stud wrestler too, so.
Well, that's good, man.
It
good
builds
stuff.
character. It builds character.
Man. It's great, man. So hopefully you get a fight soon.
Yeah, COVID has pretty much taken. I mean, I've had jiu-jitsu tournaments. Lots of training. I actually am doing boxing right now with Central Michigan University's boxing coach, 5 days a week, 4 days a week.
Okay. You gonna do any Golden Gloves or any local Golden Gloves or smokers or anything like that?
Nope. Just it's the boxing aspect of MMA is new to me. I got out of high school and after high school wrestling, going straight to MMA is I don't need to grapple because I just wrestled my whole life. And then you get to your first jiu-jitsu class and you're all tangled up, getting tapped 15 times in 45 seconds. And you said,
yeah,
that's not all about taking people down and pinning them no more. So So
That's good. You're young though. You grab it. You have that. You have athleticism. We had well, I haven't been training because of COVID, but at my one jiu-jitsu school, I trained at the Henzo Academy, and we had a young guy. I think he was 22, but he
yeah,
was a Division I college. He wrestled in college, Division I,
yeah.
and he's now like I think he's been doing it for 3 or 4 years. He's now a brown belt. He went from white belt to brown belt in
Wow,
4 years
that's
because
impressive.
he's just so he's got that wrestling. I mean, obviously he trains a lot,
Yeah, yep,
but he's just got when you're in Division I, you're just so athletic.
yeah,
You know, like
and
I would beat him. I would beat him. He was like 170 pounds, Division I wrestler. I was
yep,
like 47 and he was like 22. I beat him, but it didn't take that much long for him to catch up to me and smash me.
yeah.
He just
Wrestlers
caught
definitely
me.
have that advantage too, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, he went, in 4 years he went from white to brown, which is
Yeah,
not
that's super.
uncommon because he was wrestling since he was like I think he said 5 or 10 or something. So he
Nice.
he did it for 10 years, and four of those was Division I college, and he does
Yep.
the. You may want to look into this if you can't get an MMA match. Oh man, I can't think of the organizations. Like if you uh, Kasai Pro, that's one. They have like these professional jiu-jitsu matches,
All
and
right.
you get paid for it, and you don't have to be a black belt. He did it as a purple belt. Actually,
Really
he might have actually did it when he was a blue belt. Actually,
nice.
Kasai Pro is one of them. KASAI. You can look up a website called Flow Grappling. You might know of it because of
Yep,
wrestling,
yep. I know. Oh, yep.
but they got professional jiu-jitsu matches, and I think they still have matches despite COVID. And I know Kasai is usually in New York, and then there's this other organization called Fight to Win. They go all over
Yep.
the place. I don't know what the closest place would be to you, but you may want to look into that
Yeah, I'll
as another
definitely.
option.
I'll do that. I'll definitely look into
Yeah,
it.
and then make a name for yourself there, and then till you get an MMA fight, and then try some boxing. You probably make more money doing the jiu-jitsu thing than you will in the
Yeah.
boxing.
Yep.
'Cause you have to be amateur and they don't make any money. But you
Right.
can make money as like a blue belt in these tournaments. You gotta
Right.
beat
Right.
you gotta beat four guys in a day, but
Hey, that's just like any other Saturday growing up, you know.
yeah, yeah,
But
that's true.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
so
jiu-jitsu, I love it, man. I love the aspect of it and learning it. I love learning mostly, but
what are you like more? Are you learning leg locks there or chokes? You do a lot of gi or no gi? You probably do more no gi, I bet.
yeah, I do more no gi. I mean, I have a gi and I've attended the gi class a couple times, but it's I'm just not. It's not what I'm into, you know. I gotta learn. I gotta learn what I need to learn before I try learning anything else that's unnecessary. I guess it's not really unnecessary. It's just not anything I'm gonna use in the cage or even in a boxing ring, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's
But
true.
if I will, if I wanted to make money doing jujitsu and stuff like gi, that shit looks fun, man. The couple of gi classes I did attend, it was like, you start, and next thing you know, you got this big guy just grabbing a hold of your collar, throwing you around. You're like, what the hell? I ain't used to this.
Yeah, yeah. You may want to try some judo too, man. You'd be a natural at that. You won't
Yeah,
make
yeah.
any money doing it, but it's extra throws that you may know
Yep.
that you
I'm
can
all about
use.
the throws. I'm all about the hips.
Yeah,
Being a
I
big
bet.
guy.
What was your favorite takedown
In my favorite takedown now or in high school?
in high school?
Blast double.
Okay. You do any
Yep.
fireman carries or anything like that, or?
Yeah, I did lots of Jap wizards, lots of arm throws, blast doubles, high singles, big guy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Chin
That's
pinches.
cool.
Yep. Slide
Now,
pies.
did your dad wrestle too, or no?
Yeah, my dad wrestled. You quarter coach?
Okay, so he probably taught you before you started wrestling, right?
Say that again.
He probably taught you some moves before you actually started wrestling, right?
Oh yeah, He did a lot of teaching. He did quite a bit of wrestling, but he didn't really make a name for himself there. But he knows his stuff. That's for sure. He's just that strong kid.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. I can imagine. Well, man, it was great having you on the show. Everybody be on the lookout for Hunter Myers. If there's any fight promoters looking for some for a hungry guy to get in the cage, he's your man. Check him out. And
Appreciate
everybody watching the show, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Marc The Shark MMA Show. It's Marc with a C. Instagram is Marc with a C _ Ritorto 2. Twitch, my Twitter account is Marc BJJ Fighter. And don't forget to follow my YouTube channel at Marc The Shark MMA Show YouTube channel. And keep following me here on Twitch. And you can also watch this video at www.markthesharkmmashow.com live now and on Twitch. See you guys next Saturday. And that's it.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.